That's correct.
Okay. Mr. Geithner, you've promised transparency, but what the American people want to know is about the compensation packages. Will you publish a list of all the TARP recipients, the companies that got the money, and how many of their executives, I don't want any person's name, just how many of the executives earned more than $1 million in 2008, how many of them got bonuses of over $500,000, and likewise for 2009, how many of them are salaries of over $1 million a year, and how many of them have what appear to be contractual rights to receive a bonus in excess of $250,000. I don't think it's just about AIG compensation, and I don't think the American people should be blindsided and find out about bonuses on a Saturday that are about to be paid on a Sunday. Can you give us a chart for each TARP recipient?
Congressman, you're absolutely right. This goes well beyond AIG. And the President proposed on February 4th a range of reforms to broad compensation practice, including proposing that boards of directors
Mr. Secretary, it is my time and I'll reclaim it. Are you going to give us the chart or are you going to hide the ball?
I'm not going to hide the ball.
Are you going to give us the chart?
I will reflect on the suggestion you made and see if that is a reason.
In other words, you won't commit to telling the American people how many folks at Goldman Sachs or AIG are going to make $1 million this year.
Congressman, I will think carefully about your proposal.
Thank you for thinking. Let me move on. Well, I'll move on to the next question. The law says, the TARP bill says that the Treasury shall require that the financial institutions that you invest in meet appropriate standards for executive compensation. That's the law. You're supposed to write the regulations. Not to your credit, you have kept on Assistant Secretary Kashkari to honcho this program. He came before this committee and I asked him, I said, on December 10th, and I mailed a copy of this transcript to you just as soon as you got sworn in. I'm asking about AIG. Is a $3 million bonus an appropriate standard of executive compensation, or has the law been violated? And your quarterback said that he didn't think that a $3 million bonus was necessarily inappropriate compensation. Then I asked him about $30 million bonuses to AIG executives, and his response was, well, I can't opine that that wouldn't be appropriate compensation. Is this the guy that should be running the TARP program? And when are you going to give us the regulations required by law? And are those regulations going to prohibit $1 million bonuses and $1 million a year salaries?
Congressman, we are committed to putting out those regulations. We will do so as soon as we can. Mr. Kashkari, who is an excellent public servant, it is not his job to make those judgments. That is my job. I'm accountable for making those judgments.
Gentleman may finish his sentence.
And we are working on putting those out so that we lay out some clear standards for the American people to govern these compensation practices going forward.